And still, EU hopes are alive after a decisive sweep. G2 disposing of Gen.G to move on to the semifinals to set up the rematch from last year that pretty much everybody wanted to see, including the players involved. We'll get to that in a second, Tyler. But in terms of hopes for the West, G2 certainly carrying them strong.
Yeah, again, pretty much everything I said yesterday in the short preview in our official preview show about a week ago kind of ring true for this series. I said that if Ruler could get to 3 to 4 items and be around, 1K, 2K goal deficit, Gen.G is going to be happy. They're going to be happy playing the rigid style that they are known for, and they've won 2 world championships for in 2014 and 2017. Both around, hyper scaling 80 carries. 2014, it was Imp. 2017, it was Ruler himself. And they made another world final in 2016 playing the same Gen.G / Samsung style. But as we've seen time and time again, G2 don't play by the rules. They expertly knew what Gen.G's win conditions were. They knew where they were going to play around. They knew where they wanted to go in this game. They never let them get there. From 3 games straight of really just smart, intelligent level ones, forcing Gen.G to always be on the back foot in the laning phase. 3 straight games of level ones forcing flashes from Gen.G members to picture-perfect mid-game team fights where they were finding pick after pick after pick with their universals. They showed how to use universal ultimates to its highest possibilities. And we saw Gen.G try to do the same, try to pick the Exodia trio of Nidalee, Camille, and TF in game 2 after G2 showed how to play it to perfection in game 1. And they really didn't know how to execute it. Instead of trying to go for picks or for skirmishes, they were trying to use these ultimates for team fightings, for 5-on-5 mid lane team fightings. It was awkward and it just didn't feel right. Gen.G is a team that is at its best when Rascal's on a tank, when Clid and BDD are supporting Ruler, getting him to that late game. BDD's on that fast pushing mage in the mid lane to bring the attention to him and not Ruler. And today it just didn't go well for Gen.G. And I think I like my analogies, Arda. I love my analogies, my metaphors, and my comparisons. I think I found a perfect one for these two teams. For Gen.G, they are orchestra music. They are classical music. They are beautiful. It's beautiful to listen to when everything is picture and perfect. Everything has to be the right order for it to be a full orchestra and for it to really have its full effect. And when Gen.G can get everything in line and they can get their blueprint correct, it's a symphony. It's a symphony. It's beautiful. It's the highest caliber of music you can listen to because everything is set forth. But if you throw one wrench into their plans, if one string isn't tightened correctly, or if one player in that orchestra is a bit off, everything falls apart. And that's what we saw today with Gen.G, where that orchestra had issues and G2 kept throwing wrenches in their plan and they didn't know how to rebound from that. Where G2, they are jazz, baby. They are jazz to perfection, Arda, where it's chaotic and beautiful. Sometimes they don't even know really where they're going with these team fights or these skirmishes, but they just riff off it. They're free-flowing, and it's kind of beautiful chaos, right? It's controlled chaos a lot of times where they know their limit, but they keep pushing them, and they don't exactly know where these fights are going to head or where it's really going to go, but they have the trust in each other and just like the whole chemistry of this team who's been together for 2 years now and who've gone through war after war. They believe in each other in even these messiest of moments, even when it feels like Perks is caught out or it feels like Caps is caught out. They are able to turn it around on a dime and kind of improvise. And their improvisation is what makes G2 one of the best teams I've ever seen to watch. That's what makes them one of the most entertaining teams, at least, to ever play League of Legends. And they showcased their improvisation to perfection tonight. And it was intelligence, it was aggressiveness, it was mechanical skill, it was improvisation, it was everything. Tonight, G2 put on a masterclass showing from top down. It was not only from the players, but the analysis of the team, the coaching staff of the team, from Carlos down. G2, this was a full organization win tonight, a 3-0 clean sweep. The sympathy of G2 or of Gen.G was totally crushed. Their violins were snapped in half, and G2 will be playing their jazz music onto the semifinals to play Damwon in one of the most highly anticipated semifinals. No, one of the most highly anticipated best of fives in World's history.
And we can't wait for that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. 83% of you predicted G2 to defeat Gen.G in our ESPN League of Legends Predictor. You can play for free at espn.com/League of Legends Predictor. Or if you have the free ESPN Fantasy app, you click on the trophy tab and it is right there. I have cracked the top 500, Tyler. I am proud of myself with 160 points, baby. Let's go.
All right, it's time for me to look up where I am. I'm 44.
This is like the kids at the kids table that like get to have their fun until the adults show up, and they're just like, all right, we're gonna,
yeah. I'm number 44. I'm in the top 50. I'm in a striking distance of first place going into the semifinals and finals. So good job.
So the semifinals, of course, will begin next week, and you will have all week to make your predictions and make your picks. So even if you haven't started playing, you can start now with the semifinals, and you'll get a whole series of questions there that you can enter for free at espn.com/League of Legends Predictor.